Hi, let's talk a little bit about Saati. I'm not going to read all of these, I'm sure you already played her, let's just dive straight into it. So first of all, there is a mistake now, I'm sure it's gonna get fixed soon, that when you're in the blue peep region, you only get the speed bonus while you're between 0 and 3 pips, not 0 and 4. About your coin, you can damage opponents twice with your coin, once when you pass the coin through them and once when it lands. Although it doesn't really matter, because you're not going to kill someone with the coin itself, except if you want a humiliating defeat for them. It's possible to land the 100 damage and the 300 from hitting the coin. Well, what's the point of it? I mean, you can just damage them for much more than that. You can have multiple coins out, but keep in mind that they have a duration and you might and they might disappear before you could destroy them. Your ultimate destroys your coins instantly. But why would you waste your damage on your coins when you can just shoot the enemy? Your ultimate hitbox has a much wider hitbox for opponents, but not for your coins, keep that in mind. When you're using this card, it allows you to generate ultimate each time you hit an enemy. So okay, you damage them 4 times before exploding the coin, and then you get ultimate for everybody hit by the explosion itself. Your coin does not benefit from Wrecker, Life Rip, etc. Deadringer gets deployed as soon as you release the ability button, so it doesn't matter if you do a flick after it or something, the original position of the clone will be when you release the button. They are a very good meat shield, especially if you use this card. Also, you can use multiple decoys to actually escape from battle. You will keep your stat as long as you don't shoot, and of course you're within the time limit. This legendary allows you to use 3 Deadringers instead of 2 because the cost is reduced. If you're using Blastback, both the original and the window of opportunity launch is increased by step off. So you can launch your enemies pretty high if you're using this card with this legendary. You pretty much expose them to your team if they don't get resilience. About heads or tails, I think the coin is good if you must break line of sight by enemies and you still have to shoot, because usually you hide when you're low HP, or they hide when they are low HP, so the coin might be useful in that situation. And if you use coin because you want to farm ultimate charge through that card, then you can use this legendary, but I don't know. I think these two are better, much better than heads or tails. Maybe against heavy shielded opponents, but still, if you just waste your coins destroying shields, then how can you defend yourself? There is, let's say, an easier but still not very reliable way of one-shotting someone if you're using this card. Because all you have to do is shoot someone in the head or on the body, use a blastback twice and then hit them again, either on the head or on the body. One of the hits must be on the head. But like this you waste all your pips on one enemy and you're defenseless for a long time. If you just want to zone something, I really recommend using improvised with using some extra HP on the Deadringer. Not because they can explode, no way, but because the cost is reduced by 1 pip and it's really good. You can just spam 2 of them and you have BAM, you have 4k or more than 4k meat shield in front of you, and you can shoot through them. Only Ying and Saati can do this. Barrick and Io cannot shoot through their turrets and Luna. Unfortunately, with heads or tails, when you explode your coin, it doesn't heal you nor reveal the opponents. It only applies when the coin is still taking damage and not exploding. If you're a heavy coin user, you might get killed to heal later on in the match. If you're using improvised legendary, I would suggest buying Nimble at some point, because you will have less than 4 pips at any point really soon, and you can just pretty much position yourself very well in stealth. Other people cannot trigger nor kill your coin nor shoot it. Okay, let's see the cards. What should be good? Hide is definitely a good one, especially if you're having high mobility with nimble and the low pips. Nobody is really dumb enough to go into the damage of these, so I don't recommend this card. This is very good, of course, with improvise especially. Having a very good mid shield in front of you. I don't know, up to you. Up to you as well. Some ammo restore might be okay, but I just generally like on Saati to go with maximum ammo, because you're using your abilities situationally. You're not using your abilities to restore ammo. While, for example, if you're checking on Ying, then when you activate illusion, you can get back ammo from it, and it's easy for Ying to spam her clones, but for Saati it's not easy to spam something that restores ammo, so I don't recommend really using these cards. If you're not using Deadringer as a meat shield, well, okay, maybe you can go with this. We talked about this card earlier, even without the legendary and with the legendary it applies. No. If you're using coin, this might be very good for you. So I would definitely advise getting this. You can get back even ultimate charge when you're using your ultimate. It doesn't guarantee you another shot, because you get only 3 shots when you are in your ultimate state, but you can generate ultimate charge while you're using your ult, and it's not very often that you see champions do that. Well, you're not using ricochet when you're having a face fight with someone, do you? On the other hand, the ricochet costs half of a Deadringer. It's still up to you. I would definitely put some max ammo in it. Nowadays I'm really going for ammo, because the basic amount of ammo, if you count, let's say, I don't know, Victor's 30 bullets, it can deal 5k damage if you hit all of your shots, or even more if you deal headshots. But seriously, most of us cannot really land all 30 shots on someone, so it's probably barely enough to kill someone, even if, especially if Heaven and Veteran comes into the play later on. So having an extra, let's say 1k or 1.5k damage in your magazines cannot really hurt you. Okay, this is a basic good card, okay? Yeah, this is a basic card, as you wish, or if you have space. And I don't know, I'm not really a fan of those, but if you wish. Basically what I use is that I want to have more stealth time after I deploy Deadringer to escape or position myself. Because of the nimble, maybe they cannot really catch up to me even with Illuminate if they invest in it. And of course I like to have more HP for my Deadringer and some ammo, and the rest are just self-explanatory. This is my go-to, let's say, the default loadout without thinking too much. Your ultimate goes through shields, I mean deployable shields like Ashe or Vivian, etc. Window of opportunity only applies to basic shots, so it doesn't apply to ricochet shots or ultimate damage. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.